All right, here we go. Movie notes on Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, 2007 film to November 2025 viewing. I am Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, and I talked through my movie notes for my Sunday to November 2025 viewing of the 2007 film Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, which is a fiction film about a group of 4 individuals with superpowers navigating/investigating anomalies in relation to a mysterious silver surfer, while 2 of the 4, 1 female and 1 male, plan their wedding. So, yeah, it's like a unconventional or highly disrupted wedding planning kind of movie from that angle. It was fun to return to this. So this past summer, it was 31 July 2025, if I'm recalling correctly, I saw Fantastic Four: First Steps in theaters, and that one picks up where this one left off. So in this one, Mr. and Ms. Fantastic, are planning their wedding, and then in Fantastic Four: First Steps, they have their first human offspring, and so it was kind of fun. I was like watching this and I was like, oh my gosh, that movie was supposed to pick up where this one left off. I was like, 18 years later, I made it to the movies 18 years later to see, this copy is my DVD collection, but hey, I did that with Tron Ares, right? I didn't make it in 2010 for Tron Legacy in theaters, but I made it 15 years later for Tron Ares. This isn't a one where something comes out every few years. You gotta wait over a decade, to see the next installment in theaters. And so I was like, I'm so happy I came back and watched this. I'm gonna be completely honest. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. It's rock solid in that sense. And it's really great. And it's just like, it was like, it's the perfect 2 movies to be like, there's old Hollywood and new Hollywood, and I grew up with the old Hollywood, of the 2000s, and then the 2020s, and I was just like, but this is so much better. Not that the other one was bad, right? I gave it a 2 or 3 out of 5 stars, if I'm recalling correctly. This is just a 5. I was like, this is my copper. And so essentially there's this, these Fantastic Four, there's solar anomalies, solar radiation that kind of gave them their powers in the first installment. And then in this installment, they're kind of trying to live a normal life, and this mysterious silver surfer shows up, and there's anomalies that are happening. They're power switching, so there's the Human Torch, but then his powers get transferred to the Invisible Woman and stuff like that. So then they're trying to figure that out, and then there's a Mr. Doom, an evil guy, and so but then they're all trying to figure out the Silver Surfer, because wherever the Silver Surfer shows up, 8 days later the planet dies. And so essentially they're trying to not let planet Earth die. So there we go. There's a little bit about the plot and context and broader Hollywood cinema progression. I'm very happy I watched it. Okay, pat on the back, Tanis. Okay, so and then a few things that I was like, how about a Fantastic Four application to my graduate school visits? Okay, so there's 4 people with superpowers, and then what's the Silver Surfer? A Fantastic Four application to my graduate school visits. Me, I'm 1. Right? I accept 1 offer for a PhD. 2, I accept 1 offer for a first postdoc. 3, I accept 1 offer for a second postdoc. 4, I have a number 1, right? I have a number 1, choose 1, say yes, and then do it my number 2, be could I accept it for a postdoc instead of a PhD? Because the PhD one I said yes to, they said yes again, kind of thing. And then do that for a postdoc too. That way I have it all in line. I'm getting through this time, you guys, because I failed last time. I left with no degree. I quit with no degree. So then what is the Silver Surfer part? Now that's my cardiology stuff in school and or with my David Beckham as my employer. Okay. All right. And then another Fantastic Four application would be, Josh and I decided to pay my dad's itemized invoice off for my time with him and my mom by 1.5 the total amount. So however much that is, we pay it off by 1.5 the total amount. Is it that simple that Josh pays it off, or do we end up with a Fantastic Four of my guys and me, so 3 other than me, which would be true to the, there's 1 woman and 3 dudes. So do we end up with a Fantastic Four of my guys and me of who could pay it off, and ultimately just 1 does? What does this movie have to say about that? That's right. He goes, here's the itemized invoice. Have I got a paycheck yet? So, do I have a paycheck big enough to that? How does that factor in with student loans? That's right. They're getting married. What are the other bills? Okay. So, those are my movie notes on Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, 2007 film to November 2025 viewing.